Hello beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda, otherwise known as Everything Beauty 2856 on here and Instagram. So today I wanted to give you the tea on Profusion Cosmetics. Over the last month or so, I've just collected like 3 of these palettes now, and I have a couple other things by them, and I really wanted to dig in and see what the tea was on this, because Profusion Cosmetics is so cheap. And I remember Tati doing a video and I was always like, okay, like, I'm that skeptical person that was always like, oh, like, it's so cheap, like, how good can it actually be? And then she did a video, of course, and it made me want to try it like everything else. So I gave one of their palettes a shot, and then 2 of them just walked into my life, you know? I'll get more into that later, so I just wanted to give you some background story on that. Disclaimer, 2 of these are holiday palettes, but you can still get them online and at Walgreens, so just make sure you check there because they're insane discounted. But yeah, if you want to learn more about Profusion Cosmetics, also from what I'm wearing today, then just keep watching. Alright, so like I said in the intro, I have 3 palettes from Profusion Cosmetics that I've been playing around with for a decent amount of time. This one not so much, but I think I already made up my mind on it. A little bit about Profusion, which is super cool. They are cruelty-free, which, like, still finding drugstore price things that are cruelty-free, you know, like, you have your couple brands, like, you have NYX for sure, and you have Milani, but it's like, outside of that, it's like, like, you really have to think about it, you know, but this is a really great brand that might hit that mark for you if you're looking for cruelty-free stuff. So, this is the Smoky palette. Looks like this, you know, it's pretty. Like, I wouldn't gravitate towards this palette just because, again, I'm not a cool tone person. I mean, even the look I did, the other 2 palettes are pretty warm, so, but hey, that's okay. So, you know, you have a couple mattes, but you have a lot of shimmers. You have this pretty green, you have this more, like, cranberry shade, and, like, these little pops of gold. Like, it's a pretty palette. Like, it's set up well, and my homegirl Nicole sent this to me. Shout out to you. When she sent this to me, she said she found this, and then it came with a brush, and it came with this eyeshadow primer. I don't know how I feel about it, though, because, like, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but, like, it's not very opaque or anything. Where is it? It's right there. See, like, it's not very opaque, and it's very oily, so I kind of get nervous with putting something oily like this on. Like, I feel like your eye makeup is going to crease in, like, 2 minutes. And here's the thing, we left creasing eyeshadow in like 2014. That's no more. So, I don't know. I feel like I'll play around more with the primer, but I remain skeptical. Back to the Smoky palette. So, after playing with this one, this is definitely my least favorite of the 3. Not just because I'm a warm tone girl, but just because of performance. Like, in the other 2 palettes are pretty promising, I will give you that. I guess this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. But, like, the colors are there. Like, if you want to be patient, or maybe if you're, like, a super beginner and, like, you want something that's not super pigmented, so, like, even if you go heavy-handed, like, you're gonna ruin anything. Like, if you need something that's, like, you know, some light pigment, like, nothing too crazy, like, you can still make a pretty look out of this, for sure. Like, and I'm not saying that I'm not gonna use this again. I'm just saying that if I could pick one of these 3 palettes, this probably wouldn't be it for me. Something that is pretty about this are the shimmers, though. Like, with these 3 palettes in general, like, the shimmers in all of them are super pretty. And, I mean, part of that, too, is because shimmers are easier to formulate than mattes. That's just the thing. Mattes either become super powdery or really chalky. So there are a couple, shimmers of the palette. Like, she's pretty. Like, it's a cute palette, but I don't know. I feel like unless you are a smoky toned person, or you just like cool tones, or you need a cool tone palette, and you can pick this up, like I said, she said this was $2. Like, again, that's why I'm not judging it too hard, because, like, $2, pretty damn good. Would I pay $20 for this? No. Alright, let's get on to the second palette. So, this is the biggest of the 3 palettes. This is the Sienna palette. Comes with a dual-ended brush. I have tried it out. Honestly, not too bad. Out of the few brushes I've tried from them now, they're decent, especially for the price. Like, you can't go wrong. But look how stunning this is. I posted about this on Instagram a while back, so I've been playing with it. Let's see. I got this when I was still in Wisconsin, and that was at the end of December. So, you know, I've been playing with it for about a month, and it's so pretty. Like, I mean, again, I got this after Christmas, so it was literally $4. Like, before Christmas, it was still, like, $8. But please, please, please go online and get this. Like, this is so good. This and the next one. Such good, drugstore, friendly prices. So, even in this one, like, you have a really good divide of mattes and shimmers. Let's see how many mattes there are. Okay, so it's four, so it'd be like 2 rows of mattes and 1 row of shimmer, but it's thrown throughout the palette. Oh my god, I just can't stop staring at this. Like, I kind of love that this is like a see-through cover, because I love being able to see down my vanity. Like, I love having packaging like that. I mean, this is Natasha Denona, so, you know, a little bit different price point. But I love, like, having see-through packaging, because it keeps me inspired. Like, when I look at my makeup, I'm like, that's what I want to use today. I mean, it does seem that they are all the same color, but those are the palettes I like. So that's besides the point. So I will swatch some of the mattes for you. One of my favorites is Dynasty. It's this really pretty orange. It does take a little bit of work with the more vivid mattes, like that and the yellow, but you can make it look beautiful. So that's the orange. See, it's like a little patchy on the hand, but you can work with it and make it look super, super pretty. Next, we'll do Daring, a little bit darker orange. Ooh, I love this one. This is like a pumpkin, like this is a Halloween orange. Ooh, it's picking up kind of red on camera, but I promise you, she's orange. That's a nice matte. And then let's do a couple shimmers. So, oddly enough, in this palette versus the other two, like the other two, the shimmers are like the shining stars for sure. But in this palette, it's like half the shimmers are really, really good, and then half it's like, okay, like I need to wet the brush a lot in order for it to do something, you know? Let's watch Tickled. So Tickled is this yellow gold right at the end of my wrist. That's like a super pretty shimmer in the palette. So you're like, okay, they all perform like that. But then you go, this one, I wanted this one to be so pretty. This is Conquest. And don't get me wrong, it's pretty, but it barely shows up. Like, you can see that on camera, but it's not nearly anything like that. Like, it doesn't catch the light quite as well. But I mean, overall, this palette is so good. Like, I really like the third palette I'm going to show you too. They kind of both tie for me. I like them for different reasons. I think the third palette I'm going to show you, the mattes and the shimmers are both so good. Like, it's a very solid palette all around. However, with this, you just get so many shades. So it's like, even the couple that are misses, like, you're still getting, for sure, over 15, 16 eyeshadows that perform beautifully. So, I mean, it's kind of what you're into. Obviously, when you hear the name of the next palette, you'll realize it's a little bit more, like, there's nothing too exciting going on. Whereas this, like, you get the pops of the pink and the pinks and the purples and the reds and the orange and yellow. Like, this is very reminiscent of the Modern Renaissance palette. Even, like, and you know how much I love that one. Even the shade, or even the shimmers. Like, very reminiscent of the Vermeer and the other one that's in there. Last but not least, we have the basic palette. So, like I said, this has no colors that are, like, super out of the ordinary. Like, this is, like, it's just a very pretty palette. Like, it's very user-friendly, shade-wise. So we have these. This is the one that I used on my eyes today. You'll see, I'll insert a clip right here. Alright, for our third palette of the day, which, like I said, this ties with the second one to be my favorite palette of the three. So this is the basic palette. Obviously nothing super revolutionary. Like, you have your bright pop of orange, you have your shimmers, and you have your transition shades. Like, it's nothing crazy, but this is so user-friendly. And the pans are nice and big, too. Like, that's kind of the nice thing about these shadows. They keep the pans a decent size. Like, let's look. I mean, it's 0.70 ounces. Let me just compare that to my other products. That one's not on that one. Let's do Natasha Denona. 0.70. Okay, so this is 0.10 more. But, like, again, like, Natasha Denona is a decent size. That doesn't even make sense. A decent size shadow. Like, you're getting a decent amount of product. I will say, in this palette, when I was using it, you do get a lot of follow. You get a lot of kickback. But personally, for me, if a shadow is pigmented and it blends well, that's all I care about. I don't care about if it has kickback. Like, that's totally fine. Like, one of my friends asked me on Instagram, she was like, why do you do your eyes before your makeup? Well, if your eyeshadow has a lot of kickback, obviously you want to do that first. Or, like, if it's something super pigmented and bright, because if you do your face makeup first, then all of that is going to fall all over your face. Sometimes it brushes away easy with a brush. Otherwise, sometimes it just sinks into the foundation, depending on what you're wearing, and it literally just stays there and you have to redo under your eyes. It's really obnoxious, but that's a good, like, reason to do that. So I actually did my eyes after my face today because I was like, this has kickback, but, like, as long as you, like, hit it and then tap the brush, you're fine. So I'm going to go in, like, with this one. Not, like, an outlandish amount. Like, you saw dust before I did that. Like, a decent amount of kickback, but it blends really well on the eyes, and, like, you can tell, like, they're very pigmented. I shouldn't have worn such big lashes today, but I couldn't resist. But yeah, this is a really great palette. I underestimated how much I was gonna love this. Also, I found this at Walgreens like a week and a half ago for 50 cents. That made me shook. They had this one and they had a bold palette, which that one had like a purple and then a cranberry. But for some reason I'm not getting that. Or that was weird. That was the regular price, and then it was another 9-pan one like this, like same like glittery holiday packaging. And that one was normal price, and then she rang up this one, it was 50 cents. I was like, I'll take 10. It's nice because like when it's 50 cents, like even if it sucks, like even if there's no good shadow in here, like you paid 50 cents. Like even if you get one like die-hard shadow you love, like you already made your money back. So yeah, I'm really proud of how this palette performed. I do like that there's a matte white for, I do it to set my concealer that I use as my eyelid primer. But, ooh, this one's so good. Let me start swatching. Let me do one of the transition shades first, which seems boring, but like you want something that's not going to skip when it's going in the crease or your transition shade. So there's that one. I'm trying to learn how to swatch, so go gentle on her. So I have that one, which is my center color. And then I have, let's do the bright orange because I can't help myself. We'll do right here. Ooh, she's pretty. Like, that's nice. So, again, this is what I used for my look today. And if you couldn't tell, I took this, like, beautiful, like, rusty copper, just, like, orange shade, and I put that all over the lid. And then I buffed these in my crease. And then I put this orange on my lower lash line. I really like how this look turned out. Again, like, this is definitely going to be a palette that I incorporate in my makeup because this is insane. Like, I'm going to keep all of them and play with them a little bit more. For sure, these I will keep. I love these two. This one, like I said, it's not even just the quality. It's just that it's not like the looks that I go for all the time. But it's cool because when I want to, I can experiment with a palette like this that I didn't spend money on. But yes, so I swatched those. Let me swatch a shimmer. I'll do the one that's on my eyes because I love it. So again, that's this one. Baby, it's that one. Ooh, wow, my swatches are trash. But that's okay, she's learning. And then let's do this one in the corner. Again, another super warm shimmer shade. Ooh, she's good too. That's the thing, like this palette. Oh, there we go. This palette is consistently so good. The mattes, the shimmers, they're all beautiful. And like you saw, like obviously shadows perform differently on the eyes than they do finger swatches. Like that's not the only way you can tell. However, it does give you a nice like general idea. Okay, is this pigmented? Is this chalky? Like it gives you the general ballpark of where it's gonna fall usually. But damn, this is such a nice palette. Like please go out and get this. If you see the bold palette, give that one a try too. That again, that was really pretty. That had like a purple and a cranberry. So pretty. But yes, that was my just little review on Profusion Cosmetics. I really hope you enjoyed it. If there's any other brands or any other just like cheap products that you want me to try out because they seem too good to be true, like let a girl know. Also, I do want to point out too, the packaging isn't super wild on these. Like, I mean, look at this. Like, I wouldn't fly with her. However, the packaging on these, like, it's not that different from a Morphe palette, truthfully. Like, they have the same amount of give. Like, I don't know, if you take the Morphe one places, you can take those two places, but I just wanted to add that. I wanted to be thorough. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video so much. It was really fun getting to test out these palettes. I know I have one with the Maybelline Soda Pop palette that my friend Katie recommended to me, so I'm super excited for that. Look for that video on Saturday. What else? Yeah, if you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below and also subscribe. I would love to talk makeup with more people. If you like this video, again, like if you have anything you want to add or share, if you've tried these, like please comment below. Like let's talk about makeup with everyone. And then while you're here, you might as well go follow me on Instagram at everythingbeauty2856. I'm posting there 2 to 3 times a day. And yeah, let's get it popping. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the week. This semester is going to be crazy for me, but you know, we're going to get through it. And then we'll have a master's degree. And that's going to be sick. So I hope you have a good rest of your week, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.